Hi guys, this is Jason coming to you from my home shop here in Napanee, Indiana. We got a little project today on the El Camino. We're going to change the steering box. Why are we changing the steering box? That's a good question to start with. Well, it's a G-body El Camino, and from one way all the way to the other way, it's about 5.5, 6 turns lock to lock. The steering is really slow on the car. So what I found was that a Chevy S10, in particular a Chevy S10 Xtreme from the early 2000s, has a steering box that is the same as the steering box. Well, it's not the same steering box, but it'll fit in the El Camino, and it has a quicker steering ratio. So it's about a 12-to-1 steering ratio, and what it has in it right now is like, I don't know, 16 or 17-to-1. So it's a really slow steering ratio that's in it. And hopefully by changing the steering box, I can speed the steering ratio up and make it so the wheel moves a little less. Additionally, the steering box that's in the Elco is it's worn out. It's 44 years old, and let's just say you can turn that wheel about a half a turn either way before it really does much of anything. Even like putting it on a trailer is kind of difficult. Somebody goes like that, and you go, and they're still like, and you're like, so we're just going to change steering up. Hopefully we make it better. Hopefully I don't make it worse, but let me get you in closer so I can show you exactly what we're looking at, and show you exactly what the mission is, and what success looks like today. So let's go take a closer look. So guys, that's a closer look at the steering box that's in the car. It's a 605 steering box. There's only 3 bolts that are holding it to the frame. One's here, and then there's 2 down on the bottom. There is this pitman arm that connects to the, I don't know what that's called, but the we'll just call it the steering shaft, I guess. I don't know what it's I don't know what it's called. And then we have these 2 hoses, and then we have that universal right there. So in the Elco, with that inner fender removed and some of the other stuff, it's not really that hard of a task to get to it. You can see exactly what it is and where it is. Now, what I found on the Facebook Marketplace was this 800 steering box. And this is an 800 steering box, and it's out of a 2001 Chevy S10 Xtreme, and it's even got the pitman arm on it. And this pitman arm should be the same length as that pitman arm. And the reason that I'm saying that it's the same length as that is because this pitman arm over here on the passenger side is the same part number for both a Chevy 2001 S10 Xtreme and for a 1981 Chevy El Camino. So in theory, we're just a couple of bolts away from taking this guy out and putting that one in. But all of these bolts that we need to take out have probably never been taken out before. So I guess we got that going for us. Oof, this could be a lot trickier than I think. But hey, I'm willing to find out. So let's get to messing around. Well, guys, I think you missed some of that. The old time lapse wasn't on for the first half, but taking that out and putting it back in, that's the 700 box. 605 is out. Everything went right back together and connected just as it should. And we're about to turn these wheels back and forth and see if we can't get some of that fluid out of there. Get some of the air out of there, and then yeah, then we're going to fire it up and move it back and forth and do it. So yeah, stay tuned. Here we go. Well, guys, let's fire this thing up and see how she does. Build a little oil pressure. I would consider that a pretty successful test. Yeah, she looks like she's working, boys. The only thing I got left to do is button that little cotter pin up on there, and then this project's done. We have a much better steering ratio. The wheel's a lot tighter. Okay, guys, let's crank it up and see what goes on. Build a little oil pressure there. That's a lot tighter steering. That's a lot tighter steering than before, boys. So that steering's a lot tighter than it was before, guys. And it also only moves about 3 turns lock to lock, so that's really tightened up my steering a bunch. So I think we're going to consider this project a success. Well, guys, I consider that project a success. We swapped out a tired old 16-to-1 steering box for a new tight 12-to-1 steering box. Everything went into place right where it should. All the bolts came loose, all the bolts went tight. The steering wheel's still straight. I probably shouldn't back up with holding the camera because it's pretty crooked. I might have ran into something over there. But hey, you live, you learn. It was a good time. That was a lot simpler than I thought it was going to be. I think I did more research trying to figure out if that was going to go in there than it took to actually get the 605 out and that ZQ8 code S10 steering box in there. So, you know, sometimes, I mean, maybe there's a lesson to be taken from there. Maybe less internet sleuthing and more just worky. Just do the work. I was lucky to find that steering box with the Pitman arm, because that Pitman arm has a different spline count where it connects to the steering box. So so that was like the big win for this whole project. I really didn't want to buy a new off-the-shelf steering box. They're really expensive, so that was quite the Facebook Marketplace find. Thank you, Will. Yeah, but other than that, easy peasy lemon squeezy, came right out, went right back in. What do you guys think? Do you need responsive steering when you're in the burnout pit, or am I just like in my own head and overthinking it? Thanks for following. Thanks for watching this video and other videos. I love bringing you guys along. If you see me in the real world at a burnout pit, definitely stop by, say hi, introduce yourself, tell me what you're working on, And yeah, let's go. If you want any more information about the steering box I used, just ask a comment. Just add a comment. I'll chime in there. I'll give you all the gory details of everything I looked up and figured out about this thing. I think that's going to be a big improvement for the car, so let's just go with it. That was an easy project. Came right apart, went right back together. Bada bing, bada boom. Got to take those wins when you get them, boys. On to the next adventure. I guess I'm not going to hit that. I got to leave.